Hello all, I've got a follow-up video on my new Aprilia RS457. I still like it pretty well, but there are a couple of things that have kind of shown up as maybe not complete problems, but just something to look at. So these tires that I keep talking about, they have been sticking. I do think I got to a limit of them maybe once or twice. It's hard to know on the street because the surface is what it is, and I don't like to break traction on the street, to be honest with you. It's just going too fast. You should be at the racetrack. But anyways, what I wanted to show is the forward part of this sipe is really wearing out, and I've only got 500 odd miles on the bike. And so, I mean, the tires are sticking well, but it looks like if you ride them, sport style, they're not going to last awful long. Good and bad sign, right? It means that they're trying at least to make a tire that sticks fairly well. But it's not going to last very long, and part of it is due to these big wide tread sipes. It's just you don't have as much tire on the road, right? Down the center it looks pretty good. I don't know if these have a different compound. I just haven't looked into them. Maybe somebody can comment on that. But I mean, they work. I wouldn't change them right away if you're a street rider for the track. I think maybe not. I think I'm going to change these before I go to the track. Anyway, the next thing is these foot peg brackets are laughably like flexy, and I can't really show it that well in this video. I don't think you're going to see it, but they're flexing just with my hand. It seems like maybe they're rubber mounted, which is not necessarily good. At first I thought my boot was like there's too much cushion on my boot because I use different boots than the track, and that's not it. It's these things are really flexing bad. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I think there's starting to become some aftermarket rear sets available, which is good. The next thing is, I actually did take it through the gears a few times, which I'm not supposed to do because it's not broken in. I've only got 518 miles, and I'm supposed to have 620 in the service. Anyway, I did it a few times, and the throttle map is just bad. I mean, it's comically bad. You get on the gas, low RPM, 4,000 RPM, kind of goes buh, and then it gets to 5 or 6, maybe 7, I didn't see, and it steps up, and kind of starts going away. But if you, downshift and get below that 5 or 6,000 RPM, it just doesn't go anywhere. At full throttle anyway. I mean, it's, for around town, it's fine, but you try to go full throttle, it just doesn't react. And I don't know if that's maybe an emissions thing or a break-in map thing. I have no idea, so I'm gonna hold judgment on that. But of course, eventually I'll probably get an exhaust and whatever maps they have for this and try to get it fueling right, because the new emission standards are just killing these things, and it's really not fun. I'm trying to think of some other things. The range is really good. It's got a big gas tank. I mean, I've been up and down this mountain like 3 times now with the same tank. The brakes are great. The rear brake works really good. I've used it a couple of times. It's I wouldn't call it comfortable. I've talked about this before, but it's, for an Aprilia, for a street bike, it's not bad. Would I tour on it? Like I said before, it wouldn't be my first choice, but you could do it. Again, for me, the seat to peg relationship is too tight. I'm about 6 foot tall, and it's pretty tight there. But otherwise, I mean, I've said it before, it's more comfortable than the 660 on the road. I'd probably rather have the 660 at the track, honestly, but it's just not the same bike, right? You're going for a different thing when you get this. And I'm really looking forward to getting it out there and comparing it to my KTM RC390. But yeah, I'm enjoying this bike. It's showing signs that it's cheap. It's a cheap bike, and it is. The retail price is really low for what it is. I can't complain about that. But you get cheap tires, you get flexi rear sets, you get bad map. So you got to put a little money into it. Suspension actually isn't that awful bad for the road. Like I said, I said before, I probably need to add some rear ride height, which you can do because it's got some preload, which is one way to add ride height. And but I'm going to need to put suspension on if I'm going to get serious. I'm going to do my first couple of track days maybe with the stock suspension and wait to see what comes out for aftermarket. But yeah, if anybody's got any suggestions on accessories that make the bike work better, yeah, please comment about it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. figured I'd add a few more thoughts here on the new Aprilia RS457. Another thing I'd mentioned before is the throttle return spring is really light. And I think I actually did have a couple of times when I went to the brakes, but the throttle wasn't fully closed. It's kind of hard to feel with the gloves. Maybe somebody will come out with a stiffer spring, or maybe I'll just get used to it. I don't know, but it's light. It's lighter than anything I've ever had, and I don't really like it that way. Bike's still working good. I'd said something about the tires. I just want to say again, they work perfectly fine for sport riding in town, on the street, or on the mountains. I mean, I'm riding them pretty hard. You can see they're starting to grain a little bit, and they're starting to wear on the edge. But, you know, I might have had a couple of little slips, but, I mean, I'm going pretty fast. I'm normally a track rider. I'm a former expert racer. So I'm probably going a little faster than most people. I'm impressed, actually, with, you know, what they are. But to go to the track, I'll probably try to find some of my normal track tires, Pirelli Super Corsa SCs, or just whatever somebody has in town. But other than that, really enjoying it. Putting more miles on it, almost to the break-in. Well, not almost, but I'm getting there, 528 miles. Yeah, really enjoying it.